for the Spanish Grand Prix in the 2019 WSR Formula World Championship. Again, my name is WSRXer Noah Clark, and I'm glad to have you here. We have a grid filling up full of drivers ready to get underway. It is bound to be an exciting race. Let's go over the lineup right now. We got Sweet Crown 19, who's in the championship lead at the moment. HN Racing in as well. Gernman, Anthony 82, last week's race winner, used to be Flying, Fly By Night, Hartman, Voodoo 52, Fun Magic Mushroom, Josh 2, Shectifire, Speed Kills 3, Jay Ortiz, and then myself. I'm very excited to be bringing you this broadcast of the Spanish Grand Prix, presented by Worldwide Sim Racing, the pinnacle of sim racing. And we are just 30 seconds away from the start time, and we will get ready for short qualifying, and then we'll get into the 50% race to decide who will win the Spanish Grand Prix. It has been a season of uncertainty, to say the least, as we have had 4 different race winners. The first race winner, Official Soli, followed by HN Racing, then followed by Sweet Crown 19, and then Anthony 82 won last race. So, we are yet to see a multiple race winner. Will Sweet Crown 19 or Anthony 82 be the first driver to do so? As the session is about to begin, and we are loading up into the Spain circuit. The circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia hosts round 5 of the Formula 1 World Championship and also hosts round 5 of the WSR Formula World Championship. I'm very excited to be bringing this to you. One of my favorite tracks on the calendar to race around. It is really fast. It's really tight. You have to be precise with the braking. You have to be delicate with your tires. This is such a tough track on the tires, and it can really wear you out quickly. So you just want to make sure that you're managing your tires while keeping fast on the track, and you'll have a good time around here. But if you're pushing the tires too much, pushing it too hard all the time, it can really hamper your ability to get around this track fast and efficient, because you start to slow down in the later half of your stints. But we are just waiting as we load into the game to get ready for short qualifying for the Spanish Grand Prix. And now we load up. Fun Magic Mushroom is in here as well. Good to have him back on the grid, and we hope to see some more action out of him in this race. Let's go over that lineup. Fun Magic Mushroom, Sweet Crown, Speed Kills, Jay Ortiz, HN, Josh 2, Gurman 69, Fly By Night, Voodoo 52, Carlos Sainz is the only AI driver at the moment, used to be Flying, Hartman K7, Shectifire, and Anthony 82, 91. I am very, very excited as we see one car exiting. That might be Carlos Sainz. Let's see if it is, and yes, it is. The AI drivers tend to come out of the pits pretty quickly, but we do see, looks to be a Renault, and I do believe, no, it is, let's see if we can pick up who that was. And it's Shectifire in the Haas. Shectifire will be the first man out. We'll ride on board with him. We can, there we go. And getting into that T-cam poses, we can see this gray skies track for the Spanish Grand Prix, at least for the short qualifying session. It's all gray skies. I haven't heard any situation of rainfall, but if it is going to be rainfall again, it is imperative that the drivers on dry tires get their laps in quickly. Fun Magic Mushroom and Sweet Crown 19 are also out on track, so is Voodoo 52. HN Racing is all out, as well as Gurman 69, Shectifire, of course, who we're riding on board of right now. He'll be the first person to start his flying lap and the first person to put in the time on the board, and we'll see where he ends up on the grid. Getting into Sector 3, this is one of the trickiest braking zones. You can easily lose the apex. Now, going uphill, it's got to be imperative that you get the throttle on easy but clean, because you can really lose a lot of time and get the back end going. Sometimes you even spin around and crash the car out into the gravel trap. Now Shectifire just warming up his tires as he goes down the small little chicane. Used to be a flat out section in the older version of the track, but got changed for safety reasons. He skids around the final corner, but it's not going to matter. Let's begin his qualifying lap. Let's get some telemetry up here, and there we go. Let's look at the Sector 1 time and see it is. I had a 1:19.375 in the time trials. Some of the fastest times are in the 1:17s, however. So it can be really open wide, so you'd probably be expecting about 118 for pole position. Time trials usually are faster, just due to the fact that you don't have to deal with ERS. And that lap, not going so great for Schecterfire at the moment, as he runs a little bit too wide in the turn and ends up undulating the car. Now going uphill to the second DRS zone, as I do. No, and he's almost into the wall. DRS not activated, and there he is. He's in the wall. There's a yellow in Sector 2. Drivers will have to slow down as he hits the wall, and I'm assuming the front wing's going to be damaged. And I do believe Carlos Sainz has set the fastest lap at the moment, which is a 120.8. That is bound to be beaten. Schecterfire has been disqualified from the session for going the wrong way on the track. That is bad news for him, trying to turn the car around. Fun Magic Mushroom loses it, however. Let's ride on board of Sweet Crown, who's going to be coming up on Fun Magic Mushroom soon, as Fun Magic Mushroom's not going to impede Sweet Crown. Let's see what Sweet Crown does with his first time on the board. Fun Magic Mushroom will be slower, I would presume, and no. Sweet Crown 19 is going to go into the pits, so he didn't like his lap either. That is very interesting, to say the least. Speed kills. Sorry, HN Racing goes a 118.206, so really pushing the boundaries. Gurman with a 119.575 speed kills. There's a yellow in Sector 2 and 3. I don't know who that was. The fastest time HN Racing right now. Voodoo 52 with a 122.305, so 2 seconds off Carlos Sainz time. Anthony 82 with a 121.785. Not on the pace like he was in Azerbaijan at the moment, but we do expect him to go faster. Sweet Crown and Fun Magic Mushroom are both in the pits right now, yet to set a time, which is interesting to say the least. I guess Sweet Crown was not happy with his lap. Jay Ortiz, you would think, is on his qualifying lap right now. He just seemed to be going a little slowly. And is there damage on that car? I don't believe there is. He might just not be very happy with the car. And yeah, he's going very slowly indeed. Not sure what the problem is. He's revving the engine out. The gear shifts aren't all that great. I'm assuming there might be damage on the car, but I can't tell you right at the moment. And no, there's no damage on the car. He did warm up his ERS deployment again, so this will be his qualifying lap, I believe. Let's look at Flyby Night, who is on his first time lap, going up the little chicane in Sector 2. And then we'll go up to the DRS zone. It is crucial, this is turn 9, to make sure you don't run too wide. And he almost ran too wide and almost lost the car. It's really easy to lose the car, have a crash, and there goes your qualifying session. And we've already heard from Flyby Night. I was talking to him today. He said that he was having a lot of trouble in that turn 9 zone, and that it could be a problem for him, not only in qualifying, but also in the race. HN Racing is your pole position leader at the moment. Flyby Night has not had the most fantastic lap, though, as he's going to cross the line well into the 120s, so he is not going to be challenging for pole position on this current lap right now. The slowest man on track at the moment. And now we ride on board of Jay Ortiz, who is just getting into the 1 minutes. We're going to see what he can set on his qualifying lap, going around the last few corners, and we're getting up to 113, 114. This looks like it could be a pretty good lap on right now. Let's see what it is going to be, and it's going to be a 120.654. Fun Magic Mushroom is back out on track. He's done with his flying lap, and he will begin. Done with his out lap. He will begin his main lap. Let's look where Sweet Crown 19 is relative to him. He just started his flying lap and is now going up through the same Center S section in the first sector. And running on the grass again, Fun Magic Mushroom not able to stay consistent, and he is not going to be happy with his qualifying time if he continues to have unnecessary going-offs on the track with that white, red, and gold helmet looking really snazzy, but all over the track. Not having it right now at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. And we're just going to hope that he can string the corners together. Number 14 on that Scuderia Ferrari car, that matte red finish on the Ferrari for the 2019 car, is just not having it. Wrestling the car around the corners. Let's look comparative on Sweet Crown 19, how's he doing? And it's going to be Sector 3 now. He's in the 1 minute 2. He's not having it though either. Fun Magic Mushroom, both on the same time. But let's see what this time's going to be. It's going to be a 1:19.005. That's going to put him in third. Let's see where Sweet Crown 19 will finish his lap. It's a 1:16, 1:17. He's going to finish in the 1:18.901. Josh 2 is a 1:18.793. But HN Racing definitively ahead of the rest of the field at the moment. And Jay Ortiz looks to be on another lap. I'm not quite sure. I didn't see him go into the pits again. You See Me Flying is on his flying lap. Let's see what he can do. And it's not going to be super quick. It's a 1:21.213. That's going to set him in 10th position, just in the point scoring positions for the race. So let's look at our line score right now. HN Racing with a 1:18.206. Josh 2 with a 1:18.793 is closest. And Sweet Crown 19, our current championship leader, is a 1:18.901. So we have just about 9 minutes to go left in this qualifying session, and we are waiting to see who will get pole position. It was a blistering first lap by HN Racing, but can he carry that momentum going forward, and is that going to keep him on pole position? We'll just have to wait and see. You See Me Flying, though, is not going to be happy with his current lap, and he's definitely going to look to improve. Sweet Crown 19 is back in the pits. Speed Kills 3 might be back in the pits, or he is on a new lap. He might be on a new lap. And that's a back marker. Who was that? That looked to be Gurman getting out of the way. He's on his out lap at the moment. Speed Kills looking to get himself further up the grid. This is a better qualifying performance from Speed Kills, who has generally been a little bit further back on the grid, but definitely looking better in this race. He sits in 6th position right now. He would definitely like to improve his time. It's a 1:19.587 though, and it doesn't look like this is the lap that's going to improve his time as he goes off the track. Looks like it might have been a bit of a corner cut, but nevertheless, he's going to go around the final turn, and what's it going to be? It's going to be best for 5th position, so the stewards did not claim that to be an invalid lap time, and he's going to get 5th position off Gurnman. But Gurman now is going to be on his flying lap, and we will get to see where Gurman will finish off. We know Gurman is a fast driver, easily a top 3 driver, if he can put it all together, that is. Gurman has to put it all together in order to get that close finish. My name is WSRX. If you're just joining us, this is the Spanish Grand Prix short qualifying session, and there was a yellow in Sector 2, Sector 1 and Sector 2. I don't know who that was. Let's see if we can see, and that might have been Speed Kills, possibly. I'm not too sure about that. Let's ride on board of Gurnman, who is now going up turn 9. DRS is going to be activated. Let me just check right now on my microphone. Let's make sure everything's going okay. And that is all good to go. I do apologize for a few snifflings here and there. I am a little bit under the weather. But nevertheless, we're going to continue on. Push forward. And Gurnman was not happy with his lap, and he has decided to pit. So he's going to go 7th now as Fun Magic Mushroom hits a 1:19.004. Sorry, no, Fly By Night. Fly By Night is now 2nd. That is fantastic by him. A 1:18.671. Closest now to HN Racing's time. But HN now is on another flying lap. Let's see where he can put it now. He's 1/10 down into Sector 1 time, which is amazing considering how fast he's already going. Can we see a 1:17 time as he locks up a little bit there, though? But I don't think that's going to affect his time too much. Now going up the small chicane up towards turn 9. It's imperative they get on the power. Oh my goodness, did he go off into the wall? And there's a yellow in Sector 2. He has not crashed. Saved it, though. And with all these times speeding up, HN Racing might not be safe in pole position with that 1:18.2 time. And he's just going to make sure to get out of the way as he's cutting huge portions of the track, actually, just to make sure he gets out of the way. And rejoining the track. Is there damage on that car? There's not. So nothing to worry about in that camp right now for HN Racing. Fun Magic Mushroom is plus 0.030 off of his Sector 2 time. So this will not be a fast lap. And he goes into the wall, and he's into the wall, and he has crashed. Fun Magic Mushroom is out of qualifying. He beamed it too much in the corner, lost it in the gravel trap, and has crashed into the wall. Unbelievable scenes here. He must be kicking himself. The wheel is off the car. Fun Magic Mushroom is out of qualifying. He will not be challenging for pole position. He sits 5th at the moment, but if any drivers can beat him, and I'm sure they will, that will be a much lower qualifying position than he would have liked. We're riding on board of Anthony 8291, who has not set a fantastic time. It's a 1:19.798, so he's definitely going to look to improve that time, get further up the grid, and look at that, he's 7/10 down on his previous best time. So let's see if he can improve his time and get further up the grid. Unbelievable scenes there as he cuts the chicane a little bit. There's a yellow in Sector 3. I'm not sure who that was. And no, Anthony 82 is going to pit. That is interesting to say the least, considering he was improving on his time. I guess he was not happy with that. That's interesting to say the least. Jay Ortiz improving by about 0.2 on his previous time. He would love to get further up the grid. The closest driver is, in fact, Anthony 8291. Anthony 82 has decided to pit. You would think he'd have to go immediately back out if he wants to set another qualifying time. Hartman K7 is now starting his first lap, I do believe, and he goes really wide, and no, I don't believe he is, because that ERS is dangerously low on that car, so I just believe it was a bit of an off lap for him, and he's into the gravel trap. He does save it, though. Almost spins the car around, but everything is okay in that camp. Voodoo 52 has set a faster time. It's a 1:20.813, but it doesn't improve his time. Hartman has actually, he says that he's retired. I didn't see it on the screen. It didn't look like anything had happened, so he must have retired on the track, which would not be smart by Hartman. You're not allowed to retire on the track. Voodoo 52 gets out of the way of Jay Ortiz, who is now on a qualifying lap right now, waiting to see if he can get further up the grid. Again, he's sitting in 9th position right now, but he would love to be further up the grid ahead of Anthony 8291, who just exited out of the pits, and he should get around the track. Bearing he doesn't have any mistakes, he should be able to get around the track and set a final lap. Fly By Night and Josh 2 are on their outlaps right now. HN Racing is now on his outlap. He will be able to get around to do a final lap. Jay Ortiz, the lap's not looking fantastic, but it might be able to bring him up a little bit more. He just needs to get into the 1:19s, and if he can do that, at least get below Anthony 82's time, bring further up the grid. Let's see what the time is going to be, and it's going to be, no, it's not going to be fast enough. He didn't get into the 1:19s. That is going to be it for Jay Ortiz, unless he can string together a last-ditch effort. But I do think he's going to have to give way to some of these other cars. Let's look at HN Racing, who's behind Fly By Night in the grid order here. But Fly By Night now speeding the car up, putting it into maximum ERS deployment, maximum fuel moment. He's got the fuel at minimum, brand new soft compound tires, you would presume, and now heading down as he's going to barrel into turn 1. It's a challenge for pole position. Running a bit too wide on the grass there, and he's going really slow, and he's not happy at all with that lap. And he's just going to say forget it, and he is not happy. He's just going to slow the car down, and he is not going to continue and move for pole position. So Josh 2 is the next best man. Can he set pole position? He's at a 118.793. HN Racing has just started his lap. Fly by Night getting out of the way of some of the other drivers, making sure he doesn't impede any times. Josh 2 should be coming up on Fly by Night right now. Going a little bit too wide, Josh 2. He doesn't want to be doing that, but it's not too bad. Going wide in that section is not going to hamper your time too much. Let's look at the Sector 2 time for Josh 2. We got to make sure he's getting down by at least a few tenths. If he's not, it's not going to be a great lap for him. But now he's coming behind Fly by Night. Fly by Night gets out of the way. It's 2 tenths down on Josh 2's time. Doesn't look to be enough just yet, but can he have a fantastic run of thing? HN Racing, there's a crash in for HN Racing. Let's see if we can see what that was. Sweet Crown, we're going to ride on board of him. You'd have to think turn 9, and there it is. He's in the middle of the track, and he has crashed. And it is over for HN Racing. Josh 2 and Sweet Crown 19 have full board the challenge for pole position. It's going to be only third best. And there's a hit. Josh 2 has hit the back of looks to be... That is Anthony 82, who's done with his race, so nothing he can really do. Sweet Crown 19, however, is the next best driver to challenge for pole position. He's going around the final few turns. Will Sweet Crown 19 get pole position off of baiting? And no! Too low fuel! He's not going to set a fastest time. HN Racing, despite crashing, is going to get pole position. The only driver at the moment who can challenge Jay Ortiz, he's in roll fuel mode. Voodoo 52 is the next best driver, but he's plus 5 seconds. HN Racing, crashing out, is still going to have pole position in this race. Unbelievable scenes, and look, Voodoo 52 crashing into the pit wall. I do believe that he was possibly trying to retire the car early. I don't think the stewards are going to have too much to look at that point, just because of the situation, considering that he probably was just trying to get out of the way as quickly as possible. Unbelievable scenes at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. Unbelievable scenes. And all the drivers are pretty much going into the pits now, and they will end. Jay Ortiz now going into the pits as well. Disappointing stuff for Jay Ortiz, but he does start within the points. There's 14 running drivers, so point scoring can easily be done as long as the drivers stay consistent, they don't crash out. Unfortunate stuff for HN Racing, but not too unfortunate. He gets pole position. HN Racing going to be the first driver to try to get the first driver to win multiple races in WSR. Let's look at that line score. It's Ferrari of HN Racing with 5x9 in second, Josh 2 in third, Sweet Crown 19 in fourth, followed by Fun Magic Mushroom in fifth. Speed Kills 3 is in 6th, followed by Gurman 69. Anthony 82 is in 8th position, far off the pace from last week. Used to be flying in 9th position, and in 10th position, Jay Ortiz. Carlos Sainz in the McLaren will start 11th. Hartman K7 in 12th, Voodoo 52 in 13th, and rounding off the grid with no time set because of a disqualification, Schecterfire in the Haas. And quickly, the game loads up, which is nice to see. It's been loading a little bit too slow past few live streams, but we are going to get right into the mix of things. 14 drivers on the grid, battling it out for that main cash prize of first place to see who will be crowned the first ever WSR Formula World Champion. No Constructors' Championship up for grabs this season. It's all about that Drivers' Championship. As we're just waiting for all the cars to load up, we have just about 30 seconds before the start of the Spanish Grand Prix. My name is WSRX. Thank you for joining us, and I'm glad to have you here at this race. And we are just getting ready for the Spanish Grand Prix, which I'm sure is going to be an extremely exciting race, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pumped. You should be pumped too. It's the Spanish Grand Prix for the 2019 WSR Formula World Championship. And let's look down. HN Racing in first position, followed by Fly By Night in second. Josh 2 in third, followed by Sweet Crown 19. Fun Magic Mushroom in fifth, followed by Speed Kills 3. Gurman 69 in seventh position, followed by Anthony 8291. You See Me Flying is in ninth position. Jay Ortiz in 10th position. Carlos Sainz in 11th. Hartman in 12th. Voodoo 52 in 13th. And in 14th position, rounding off the grid, is Shectifier. Getting very excited indeed. And I just got word from HN Racing, this might be his last race before he goes to UK for British F4 testing. That would be sad to lose such a fantastic driver, but we do wish him well in Formula 4. HN Racing is actually a real race car driver, which is really awesome stuff to see, which goes just to show how awesome of a driver HN Racing is. He goes very quickly around the track. He wants to get on pole position for the formation lap as quickly as he can. And he has finished off his formation lap, and he's going to line up on the grid. All the drivers will line up on the grid, and we will get ready for the standing start for the Spanish Grand Prix. All the cars are lining up on the grid, and we are just getting ready for the lights to go on, and then they'll go off, and we will go for the Spanish Grand Prix for the 2019 WSR Formula World Championship. And the McLaren and the Haas are rounding off the grid right now. And now we get ready for 5 red lights. And now 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and a long start, and it's go! HN Racing gets a good start against Fly By Night, and he moves in, but now Josh 2 gets a glorious start. He's going to go on the inside, even more on the inside, and it's going 3 abreast. There's a crash in the beginning! Josh 2 and Fly By Night have hit. HN Racing gets clean out of the way, but there's a huge crash at the beginning of the race. Fly By Night and Josh 2 are far down the rest of the grid, but HN Racing now is in first position, followed by Sweet Crown 19. Speed Kills in the Ever Alfa Romeo in third position. Unbelievable scenes on the first lap. HN Racing has been blessed to have 2 of the drivers hit. There was a bit of a squeeze moment there, and I think HN Racing might have squeezed as well as Fly By Night. It's just a big squeeze for Josh 2, but Josh 2 and Fly By Night have come off worse. Fly By Night is in last position in Shectifier, but now HN Racing gets a clean away go on Sweet Crown 19 and Speed Kills 3. Unbelievable scenes, but now Josh 2 is quickly making up positions, and it looked like there might have been a bit of a spin there, but no, it's just a bunch of drivers changing positions. But Josh 2 quickly looking to get back up the field, and now he's looking at the back of Hartman K7 as he looks to make his way back up the grid after what was a horrid start. But you have to imagine with that crash, the soft compound tires on the Williams are not going to be doing too great. It's a 125.524 for HN Racing for the fastest lap of the race. Hartman K7 has pitted, and Josh 2 will continue on. Let's ride on board of Fly By Night. Fly By Night has to pit as well. I believe he does have front wing damage. Unfortunate things for the top 2 drivers. Fly By Night has been hit with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is not going to make his situation any better. Now he's going to have to sit there, wait for the no, he's not, so it's just going to be added to his race time at the end of the race. Unbelievable scenes at the first lap, and now putting on that front wing, and that was a really slow pit stop by the Toro Rosso crew. And who does he end up behind? He ends up behind Jay Ortiz in 12th position. So definitely a lot of drivers being affected by that early crash. But now it's HN Racing against Sweet Crown 19. Speed Kills in 3rd position. HN Racing has had a blessed start. He is going to be 1.4 seconds. And what was that? He took out a board, I believe, on the corner. But that wasn't going to last too long anyway, was it? But now let's ride on board with Gurman 69, who is riding. And who is that? And that's Fun Magic Mushroom. Fun Magic Mushroom is not having it too great as he rides up on the grass a little bit. Fun Magic Mushroom has not been all on board so far for the Spanish Grand Prix. He goes too wide again. Gurman, though, gets a better exit. So you have to assume, now going on lap 3 of this race, Gurman 69 is going to have Slipstream going down. He's going to try to overtake Fun Magic Mushroom. He's going to go on the inside or the outside. Let's see if he gets too close, if he gets close enough. And no, I think he's just going to pretend, he's just going to stay and slot it in. But it's lap 3 of this race, which means DRS is activated. So definitely, next DRS zone, we're going to see that DRS flap open up for him, and we're going to see a move being made. Fun Magic Mushroom going all over the track. He is having absolutely none of it right now. And he is now Gurman 69. And look at that, going too wide. Fun Magic Mushroom gets back on the track, but he goes too inside, and he goes inside of Gurman 69. They're going side by side. Fun Magic Mushroom comes onto the track very quickly to try to salvage his position, but it doesn't matter. Gurman 69 is going to take the position. Fun Magic Mushroom over the track. Anthony 82 now trying to get ahead of Fun Magic Mushroom. Let's ride on board Gurman 69. And who is that? Speed Kills. Speed Kills has crashed. He spun off and he's gone. And who is that out of the race? You see me flying is out of the race. Crashed into the wall. Was that because of Speed Kills? I don't know what that was, but You See Me Flying is out of the race. He has crashed. Unbelievable scene. Speed Kills has been hit with a 3-second time penalty for an accident there. The first 3 opening laps of this have been absolutely extraordinary. Gurman 69 is now in 3rd position. Anthony 82 is going to have DRS. He's going to overtake Fun Magic Mushroom. This should be an easy overtake, but then again, it is Fun Magic Mushroom. He's almost the Max Verstappen of this league. But no, it's an easy overtake. Anthony 82 overtakes Fun Magic Mushroom, gets into 4th position. Josh 2 now overtakes Voodoo 52 and gets into 6th position. Already, after what had been a horrid start, has already got back up in the 6th position. Fly By Night has not been as lucky, though, as he's sitting in 11th position, and he must be livid right now, still at the start of that race. You See Me Flying is out of the race. He has crashed. Unbelievable scenes already in this race, but now HN Racing leads this race. He's just about a second ahead of Sweet Crown 19, but Sweet Crown 19 is going to have DRS, and now riding up on the curb a little bit there, but now DRS going down this next main straight of DRS, and that is not going to help him. That DRS is mainly to keep you in check and keep you within the time of the car ahead in Sector 3, so that you can really start to make the move down the main straight. Sweet Crown 19 and HN Racing are your top 2 drivers at the moment in this race, and they're going to be looking to challenge and see if they can become the first driver to get multiple wins in WSR. HN Racing would love that accolade before he goes to testing for Formula 4, but Sweet Crown 19 is not going to have it happen as he gets the fastest lap of the race. It's the 122.278. DRS activated. Is he going to try to go on the inside? He is. He's going to look to go on the inside, but he doesn't. HN Racing keeps it together. But now going a little bit too on the curb, and that's going to cut down some straight line speed. But now, Sweet Crown 19 still sliding behind. Fly By Night gets ahead of Jay Ortiz in the Renault. Fly By Night now in 9th position, back in the point scoring position. Voodoo 52 sitting pretty in 7th position. He's going to be quite happy with that at the moment after qualifying lower down the grid. Josh 2 is in 6th position. Fun Magic Mushroom is in 5th. Anthony 82 now coming up onto the gearbox of Gurman 69. If he has damage, which it doesn't look like he does, Anthony 82 just at the moment a lot faster. And look how much just faster he is than Gurman 69. And he's on the hard compound tire, even more so. Interesting to say the least, but now he's going to get DRS activated. Is there going to be a move down on the inside? I don't believe there is going to be, and he's going to still slot behind him. But now Sweet Crown 19 is just so much closer on the rear diffuser of HN Racing. Now they're going to be coming down onto the main straight. DRS is going to be activated. There's just about 0.6 of a second separating the 2 drivers, and with DRS activated, you have to presume this should be an easy overtake for Sweet Crown 19. He's going to get into the slipstream with the Ferrari. The Ferrari, all he can do is sit there and watch as Sweet Crown 19 goes on the inside, and no, he doesn't go there. Fun Magic Mushroom gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and they're still going side by side, but Sweet Crown 19 now goes on the track, and he runs 2 into the track, and HN Racing still takes the lead of this race. So, blessing for him. Fun Magic Mushroom is into the pits, and is he going to have front wing damage? I don't know if it is. He might have just decided to pit then. What's the tire going to be? I believe he's going to go onto the medium compound tire. Let's see what it is. And no, it's going to be the hard compound tire. Is he going to look to make a one-stop out of this race? I don't know if that's going to be the case. That might be really too hard to do. There's not a lot of grip on this Spain International Circuit, so we're just going to have to see. This is a exhilarating race, ladies and gentlemen. HN Racing is in the lead, battling with Sweet Crown 19 for first position. Again, these two drivers are battling to be the first driver to get multiple races under their belt for wins in this season. All drivers who have won have been different race winners through the first 4 rounds of the races. But now, Sweet Crown 19 looking to battle HN Racing, and now getting back onto the main DRS zone. This is going to be really interesting, ladies and gentlemen. This DRS is going to activate it. Is it going to be close enough? We're going to try to see if he's going to make another move. And Anthony 8291 gets the fastest lap. It's a 127.972. And Sweet Crown 19 getting ever so closer to that Ferrari. It's Ferrari versus Alfa Romeo. Would you expect to see that rivalry back again? It's almost the 1950s all over again, with Sweet Crown 19 looking to gain Alfa Romeo pride back as he almost goes on the inside of HM Racing, but decides just to slot back in and watch the action happen. But now, getting a better exit out of that turn, they're going to go side by side into the braking zone. Unbelievable scenes! Sweet Crown 19 still going side by side. He pushes HN Racing off the track. I think it was fair racing, though. HN Racing is in second position. Sweet Crown 19 has taken the lead of this race. This is brutal stuff. It's absolutely amazing stuff, though. HN Racing trying to go around the outside, but he goes onto the runoff area, and now just to settle down a little bit as the gap reforms a little bit as HN Racing goes for a move that really wasn't possible. Let's ride on board with Speed Kills, who is sitting in 12th position, now trying to catch down. It looks to be Hartman, and Hartman gets a bad run out of there, now going side by side of Speed Kills and almost hits the front wing of Speed Kills. But nevertheless, Speed Kills 3 in 12th position, looking to make a move on the Haas driver. And now going up to that small little chicane. Josh 2 is retired from the session. What was that? A yellow in Sector 2. He's also crashed into the wall. Unbelievable scenes. That wall has been just dastardly for a lot of these drivers. Josh 2 is out of the race. He's crashed into the wall as well. This is just action after action after action. When making this highlight video, there's not going to be a lot of cutting around just because of how much action has been going on just in the first 8 laps of this race. We run on board with Fly By Night. Josh 2 is DNF'd. All that hard work gone. Fly By Night might be happy with that decision, though, as Fly By Night is now going to be in 8th position. Speed Kills. Jay Ortiz has actually had the pit as well, and he is going to get off of that soft compound tire. He's going to put on the medium compound tire, preferably for a 2-stop strategy. Sweet Crown 19. HN Racing is actually farther down the grid, and he's on the hard compound tire, so he did in fact make a pit stop, I believe. Anthony 8291, though, is in 2nd position with 5.4 seconds behind the leader, Sweet Crown 19. Another driver looking to be a multiple race winner if he can catch down Sweet Crown 19 in the Sauber. Unbelievable scenes, ladies and gentlemen. If you're joining us, my name is WSRX or Noah Clark, and you are watching the 2019 WSR Formula World Championship. It's the Spanish Grand Prix. Your line score right now, Sweet Crown 19 is in 1st position ahead of Anthony 8291. Gurman 69 is in 3rd position. JRT is hit with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. HN Racing in 4th position, followed by Carlos Sainz in 5th position. Fun Magic Busham in 6th, Voodoo 52 in 7th, Fly By Night in 8th, Speed Kills 3 in 9th position. 10th position for Hartman K7 in the Haas, as well as the other Haas driver, Schectifier. Jay Ortiz in the Renault is in 12th position. Josh 2 and You See Me Flying both have had accidents that will be investigated later. It has been noted by the stewards an incident involving the Alfa Romeo driver of Speed Kills 3 and You See Me Flying to be investigated after the race. Josh 2, however, just losing it on his own, not able to finish the race. It was not a fantastic run for him, to say the least. Having an accident in the beginning of the race and then running into more trouble afterwards with the accident. It looked to be a good race for him, but he did have that accident, and now he is out of the race. He's going to be kicking himself for the beginning of the race, and even more so, he's going to be unhappy with his result. A DNF for Josh 2, who has been very strong in this league so far, is not going to make up any ground in the championship today. Let's ride on board of Sweet Crown 19, who is having a fantastic race. Let's get the telemetry back on board so we can see there. 28, running around 30% of his ERS deployment right now. And the fuel mixture is probably, Josh 2 has left the session. Definitely not happy about the situation involving him and the wall. Is probably not happy about the situation involving him in the beginning of the lap of the race. It has been noted, the lap 1, turn 1 incident has been noted by the stewards to be investigated after the race. But Sweet Crown 19, a lot of gaps forming up between the drivers now, but Sweet Crown 19 is in first position. The first few laps have been amazing. Speed Kills 3 hit with another 3-second time penalty from multiple warnings. But those penalties may grow depending on what happens with the penalty decision. Sweet Crown 19 is going to love it if he can be the first driver to get multiple race wins in this league. Anthony 8291 in second position, though, looking to get on the podium and possibly challenge for a race win later on this race. But Sweet Crown, just such a smooth driver, such a fast driver, keeping it consistent around these corners, managing his ERS well, not giving it too much, not giving it too little, just keeping it steady as he goes through the race. HN Racing is 11 seconds behind German 69, and he is almost falling it completely out of the race. I can't see the front wing there. Let's see if we can see it, and let's look at the front end of the car. And no, there's no front wing damage, so everything's still fine on that. Fly By Night has passed Voodoo 52. He's now in 7th position. Hunting now down Fun Magic Mushroom, but he is 13 seconds almost out of that position. Let's ride on board with Jay Ortiz, who is now in a battle for 11th position with Schectifier. So 12th position, the last position on the grid, but that is not a bad position to be in if you're looking to score some points in this race. Jay Ortiz now looking to overtake Schectifier, now going side by side in the turn 1, but it's going to be an easy move with the DRS and running a little bit on the grass though, but he gets early on the power and he gets the move done. Jay Ortiz in 11th position now, but he's 13 seconds behind Hertman K7 for that final point scoring position. If you're just joining us, my name is WSRX or Noah Clark. This is the 2019 WSR Spanish Grand Prix. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2, and let's look at that. Hertman, and that's Speed Kills. Speed Kills is off the track. Hartman got ahead of Speed Kills, but Speed Kills is now in 10th position. But Jay Ortiz is going to be licking his chops now as he sees that Alfa Romeo driver in his sights looking to score his first points of the race. And with Speed Kills not being so consistent so far in this race, he's definitely going to be looking to make that first move out on track. Speed Kills 3 is in 10th position, Jay Ortiz in 11th. He's 2.8 seconds out of the first point scoring position. Hertman K7 is in 9th position after passing Speed Kills 3. Looks like Speed Kills went off the track. Into the pits. Speed Kills is into the pits. Jay Ortiz has already made his pit stop. He's going to take 10th position, and now he's in the point scoring position. This is fantastic for the Renault driver, who looks to score his first points of the race. Schectifier is 1.4 seconds out. He is not going to be challenging for it at the moment. Now let's ride on board a Fun Magic Mushroom, who is 1.1 seconds out from Carlos Sainz in the McLaren, looking to hunt him down and get into the top 5 of this race. HN Racing clawing back those times. He is just getting down and down and down. More and more seconds being shaved off of German 69 with his gap there. Speed Kills is 23 seconds behind Schectifier, but Schectifier has made up a lot of time on Jay Ortiz, who must have made a mistake somewhere. And now he's just within a second. He's going to get within a second of the DRS zone. But no, he goes too wide off the turn. And he has made a mistake himself. Is he still going to have DRS? I don't believe he is unless he made the detection zone. We'll just wait and see. And no, there's no DRS involved for Schectifier at the moment. So he is not going to have DRS going in to the later part of the track, Sector 3. Jay Ortiz now, though, in 10th position. He's 2.4 seconds. Sorry, no, check the fires, 2.4 seconds. He's 10.9 seconds out from Hartman K7. Voodoo 52 is in 8th position. He's going to be looking to score a big, nice bag of points. He's 3.2 seconds behind Fly By Night and steadily keeping that position. My name is WSRX Noah Clark. Again, if you're joining us, Sweet Crown 19 leads this race. Fun Magic Mushroom finally gets ahead of Carlos Sainz, and now the two Ferrari drivers are in 4th and 5th position, but far out of the race, just like they were in today's Hungarian Grand Prix. German 69 and the Racing Point is in 3rd position. 9 seconds behind Anthony 82 is in 2nd position, who is 4.4 seconds behind Sweet Crown 19, who is leading the race, looking for his first race win. His second race win, to be the first driver to get multiple race finishes. And now Speed Kills has retired from the session as he goes into the pits, I believe, and just decides to retire from the session. He was not happy with himself. It was a very messy race for Speed Kills. Nevertheless, though, Speed Kills has left the session. Just a complete quitting on the track. And that's definitely going to be looked on by the stewards as well. As Check the Fire goes very slowly. What was that? He seemed to let by. Sweet Crown 19. So it must have been both flags. Now Sweet Crown 19 coming up onto the back markers. I do apologize for that. Still thinking Speed Kills is in the race, but no, he's left the session. Just a poor race for him, to say the least. But now Speed Kills is going to enter the pits. He's going to make a pit stop. And Anthony 8291 is going to take the lead of the race. Can Anthony 8291 be the first driver to get 2 multiple race wins under his belt? Now let's look at here. Is their front wing changed? No, it's not. Now he's going on the hard compound tire, preferably to go till the end of the race. Anthony 8291 is on the hard compound tire. So did he check to make sure that Anthony 82 was on the hard compound tire? Because you would think Anthony 82 is going to try to go to the end of the race. Speed Kills might have blown the race win there. Now, it's going to be a newer hard compound tire than Anthony 82, but even so, that's not a huge amount of time that he's going to gain. HN Racing is now in the podium position, and he is 1.4 seconds behind Sweet Crown 19. Now trying to get into the top 2 and now back into the top 1. He's on the medium compound tire. Those tires are probably a little bit worn though, but again, it is a much faster tire compound than the hard compound tire on this track, which again must not have the kind of grip that you would expect it to have, considering the tire degradation and the tire wear and just the lack of grip around this racetrack. When it's called a motorcycle track, they're not kidding. This is a motorcycle racetrack, not really meant for the F1 cars, but nevertheless, they go around here. Our Hartman K7 has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That must be corner cutting. That's usually what the multiple warnings penalties are. Nevertheless, 3 seconds added to Hartman K7's finishing time. Sweet Crown 19, yep, in 2nd position. But HN Racing is closing up more and more. Now 1.5 seconds behind and actually gaining a little bit of time. Sweet Crown 19 down the straight. And that is because HN Racing just has absolutely no DRS. He's not preserving it like he should be. And he's just not getting that straight line speed. And you cannot do that. Let's ride on board of Sweet Crown 19. Sweet Crown 19 has much better ERS. He's charging it up, keeping that straight line speed deployable whenever he wants it. HN Racing doesn't have that. Carlos Sainz is into the pits, which is going to promote Fly By Night to 6th position. Jay Ortiz is still in 10th position, and now Voodoo 52 is going to get in 7th position ahead of his McLaren teammate. We're on lap 16 of 33 in this race. A lot of action, ladies and gentlemen. But the big story right now is Anthony 82, Sweet Crown 19, and HN Racing. The top 3 drivers have all won races in WSR and are all looking to be the first person to get multiple race wins in WSR. Anthony 8291 goes fastest with a 121.967. So, he's definitely classified in the top 10, so he's going to get that extra point. If he can win the race, he'd get 26 points. Who would complain about that? I definitely wouldn't, to say the least. Sweet Crown 19 sets an even faster lap, though, a 121.962. So the times are just tumbling down as we get an aerial shot of the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia for the Spanish Grand Prix. HN Racing sitting 2.1 seconds behind Sweet Crown 19, battling for second positions. First position pretty much uncontested as Anthony 82 is just running away with it. I do believe Anthony 82 might have to pit, though. I don't believe his hard compound tires, which have been on a lot of laps right now, are still going to make it to the end of the race. Sweet Crown 19 might be licking his chops here, as he's definitely going to go to the end of the race, bearing in mind with his pit stop being much later than Anthony 82. You would think that he would. Fly By Night, though, is serving a penalty, and the tires are going to change to the hard compound tire. Carlos Sainz and Voodoo 52 go ahead. Voodoo 52 is sitting pretty in 6th position. He is going to be very happy with that finishing position. And now, Fun Magic Mushroom has been hit with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He sits in 5th position right now. Voodoo 52 is 19.5 seconds out of 5th position. But who knows, with the amount of mistakes being made by some very talented drivers on this grid, anything can happen, as it actually looks like, if you can tell, Fun Magic Mushroom still not having it too great around the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia for the Spanish Grand Prix. He locks up a little bit there going into the final little chicane before he starts his next lap. And he almost goes into the gravel trap, runs up on the grass a little bit, but keeps it together. HN Racing is pitted again. HN Racing pits for the medium compound tire. He's going to be in 4th position. He's going to be about 5 seconds, I think, behind German 69. But again, he's coming out on the medium compound tire. We presume that will be his final pit stop of the race. Fuel seems to be an issue depending on the telemetry, but he's got 94% of his ERS deployment in there. So HN Racing might be going for the fastest lap of the race as well. Anthony 82.91 keeping a decent gap of about 15 seconds over Sweet Crown 19. Fly By Night now trying to get, who was that? Fun Magic Mushroom has gone into the gravel trap, and just a horrid race for him. But Voodoo 52 is now going to be licking his chops as he is going to get ever so closer to Fun Magic Mushroom now, with him going off into the gravel trap. Fun Magic Mushroom is not going to catch up to HN Racing, that's for sure, with that mistake. And now the gap is only 10 seconds, so massive amounts of time being lost. Fun Magic Mushroom goes off the track again. He goes Josh 2, and look at that, going into the wall. And Voodoo 52 is in 5th position. There's damage on the front wing. Carlos Sainz goes ahead of the Ferrari of Fun Magic Mushroom. Amazing scenes here, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody is consistent around this track. This is unbelievable stuff. But look at that front wing. Totally gone on Fun Magic Mushroom's car, and it is just insane things going on right now for the Ferrari team. HN Racing is in 4th, Fun Magic Mushroom is in 7th, Voodoo 52 is in 5th position, his best position so far in this series. He's going to look to score a bunch of points in this championship, which he's going to salivate. But now Anthony 82.91 still in 1st position, keeping that gap consistent. I do believe this might have been a bit of a blunder by Sweet Crown 19. Fun Magic Mushroom enters the pits, and it's Jay Ortiz who's in 10th position. Is he going to overtake the Ferrari? The gap was only about 16 seconds, so there he is. The Ferrari's still getting his front wing change, and Jay Ortiz is going to get promoted to 9th position. So not only will Jay Ortiz, if he keeps it together, get his first point, but he's going to get even more points. Schectefire is going to get the 10th position and be promoted into the points. Fun Magic Mushroom still in the pits, finally exiting out of the pits. Race definitely over right now for Fun Magic Mushroom unless he can get it together. He is about, let's see what tire he put on. He put on the medium compound tire, definitely going to the end of the race. He's about 7 seconds out from Schectefire. HN Racing sets the fastest lap of the race. It's a 120.7. It looks to be an 8.6, and that's the hard compound tire for Schectefire. So Fun Magic Mushroom definitely on the faster tire compound. So you would think you'd be able to catch up to Schectefire. So looking to score a little bit few more points, get Schectefire out of the point scoring position. HN Racing has been hit with a 3-second time penalty. That's not what he wants. Now he's just about a second under German 69, trying to get back into the podium position. But again, he's also going to have to build a gap up to gain that podium position at all because of the 3-second penalty. I do believe he has more than just 3 seconds, though, on his race time at the moment. HN Racing, though, closest. And now, look, going too wide. German 69 runs up on the at the curb there a little bit, but now even more bad exits. And now, DRS activated. He's going to try to go down on the inside, going to this very hard braking zone, going on the inside, and I can't see any. It looks like he might have pushed. Did he push that driver down the rest of the grid? Let's see where German is, and he must still be behind him, and he is just behind him. Unbelievable scenes right there. HN Racing, though, getting into the podium positions. And who was that? Fun Magic Mushroom gets he dangerously gets back onto the track and almost takes out the Racing Point driver. That was very scary stuff. German 69 would have been livid in the car had that had happened. But now it is just HN Racing and German 69. HN Racing, though, getting ahead and bringing up that gap more and more as he is on the faster tire compound. As I do believe German is either on old mediums or he's on old hards. And let's look at that. He is on the old hard compound tire. So the hard compound tire might not be what's going for him, but now Sweet Crown 19 is in the lead. There must have been a change of pit stop. So let's look at Anthony 8291. And Fun Magic Mushroom has been hit with a 3-second time penalty. And yes, there was a pit stop. Anthony 82 is on the medium compound tire, though. Sweet Crown 19 is going to go to the end of the race on this hard compound tire, but with Anthony 82 being on a substantially faster tire, is that going to play into the hand of Anthony 281? Is he still going to be able to win this race? Sweet Crown 19, though, J. Ortiz is pitting. That's interesting to say the least. And Fun Magic Mushroom has retired from the session. There's a yellow in Sector 2. Can we get who that was? Let's see if we can see who that was. And I can't quite see. I don't see any cars. Fun Magic Mushroom must have had an accident. He's out of the race, though. And disappointment for the Ferrari driver, who must be livid in his car. What was looking to be a decent race weekend for him has turned into disaster. Disaster after disaster in this race for him. HN Racing is in third position, though. Anthony 82 in second. Sweet Crown 19 is in first position. But that gap is getting smaller and smaller as Anthony 82 definitely has the better tire. We're on lap 22 of 33. So just about 11 laps to go in this race. This is getting very, very close. It's definitely going to be very, very close at the end here. And I would love to see a battle between Anthony 82, 91, and Sweet Crown 19, who both are looking for their first multiple race wins in this WSR series. And look at the gap just closing and closing and closing. Anthony 82 just able to put his car where he wants to. Sweet Crown 19 on old hard compound tire is not being able to do that. There's a yellow in Sector 2 and 3. Can we see who that was? And it doesn't look like there was anybody. If anything, J. Ortiz possibly. Sweet Crown 19 is now on the back end. Is that Carlos Sainz? No, it's Voodoo 52. Voodoo 52 looking to get out of the way of Sweet Crown 19, and he does. That's going to impede his time more, though, and it's now just 5.9 seconds the gap, 5.8 seconds the gap. And now separating, let's see where that Red Bull driver is, and there he is, just coming along the turns, looking to get ahead of those drivers. And if he can get ahead of them in the right time, at the right spot on the track, he should be able to not only get slipstream on them and gain more time, but not get impeded like Sweet Crown 19 is getting a little bit. I mean, they can only do so much to get out of the way of other cars, but nevertheless, that's going to decrease time. And just look how much time is being lost for Sweet Crown 19 on that old hard compound tire with just 10 laps to go in this race. It's lap 23 of 33 going on the lap 24. This race looks to be in the hands of Anthony 8291, who has pulled off what seems to be almost a Mercedes masterclass move into the pits. And now it's just, there's a yellow in Sector 2. Can we see who that was? And that might have been Carlos Sainz, maybe. I'm not quite too sure. Schecterfire, no, it might be Schecterfire. Either way, the gap is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Sweet Crown 19 is in first. Anthony 82, though, getting closer and closer and closer. He's going to have slipstream now. But these two drivers are battling each other This is really tough stuff right here, as Hartman K7 and Voodoo 52 are in a tight battle for 7th position, and this could really hurt the case for Anthony 8291 to get his second race win. They have to be careful here. They got to make sure that they get out of the way, but still battle for this race, and they get out of the way very respectively. I think want to still continue to battle, but get out of the way, and they do. That was really awesome stuff between those two drivers. But now going wheel to wheel almost, as now Hartman K7 is going to have Voodoo 52 in his sights, and now trying to go around the outside, but Voodoo 52, and there's a switchback, and Hartman goes down on the inside and gets ahead of Voodoo 52. He's now sitting in 7th position, but now Voodoo 52 is trying to go around the outside. Anthony 82, though, now is ahead of those two drivers. Clean air for the Red Bull driver in 2nd position. And now it's just 4.5 seconds. And it's just going down and down and down and down. This is not good news for Sweet Crown 19. The gap just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. HN Racing is sitting in 3rd position and 16 seconds out, though. He is not going to be challenging for a race win today unless something catastrophic happens to the top two drivers. The gap is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's a 4.5, 4.6 now. Sweet Crown 19, though, is going to get impeded by more backmarker drivers, possibly. Let's ride on board of Sweet Crown 19. Is there any cars on his sights? No, there's not. So Anthony 82 and Sweet Crown 19, two extremely talented drivers going for the race win. It's now lap 25 of 33 for this Spanish Grand Prix. And look at that, it's now 4.4 seconds. It's really getting lost in the 2nd and 3rd sector, where the grip is crucial to get around these tight turns, especially that braking zone. It's now just going to be under 4 seconds. Fun Magic Mushroom has left the session, definitely annoyed with how his race has gone. 4.2 seconds, now the gap, and it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Down the straight, it seems to be Sweet Crown 19, and then the first sector in general, Sweet Crown 19 getting better than Anthony 82, but it's in these tight corners where grip is so important that Anthony 82 is gaining all that time. Overtake should be applied down these straights, and it is, and you can see just the gap staying pretty steady as he is getting closer and closer and closer. Will we see last lap battle antics between Sweet Crown 19 and Anthony 8291? It has been a fantastic Spanish Grand Prix thus far. Sweet Crown 19, though, is looking to get his second race win. Anthony 82 looking to get his second race win. The gap is now about 4 seconds, keeping that ERS well. Let's look at Sweet Crown 19, who just has about the same amount of ERS in his tracks, but now it's 3.9 seconds for Sweet Crown 19, the gap ahead of Anthony 82. Fly By Night has been hit with a 3-second time penalty. It's not going to matter too much, though. But Carlos Sainz, it might matter for him as he's getting very close to Fly By Night, trying to go around the outside. And this is the worst part, to be battling with AI drivers. You don't want to be doing this. But now Fly By Night, not only is he battling with Carlos Sainz, but he got a 3-second time penalty overhead with him. There's no DRS for Fly By Night, so he's going to have to give way for Carlos Sainz. Is Carlos Sainz going to make an easy move? And he is going to make an easy move on the inside and get in the 5th position ahead of Fly By Night, who sits in 6th position. Sweet Crown 19, however, in 1st position. Anthony 8291 is now the gap only 3.8 seconds. Riding up on the curb a little bit, Sweet Crown 19. You can't be doing that. You have to be precise. You have to nail all these corners as best as you can. It's the 2nd and 3rd sector that are hurting Sweet Crown 19 the most. If he can just get it perfect, he won't lose as much time as he is, but now the gap is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's definitely the low-speed corners that are really hurting Sweet Crown 19. Anthony 82 just has so much better grip, but he's just getting around these corners so much faster than Sweet Crown 19. The gap now only 3.5 seconds. We're getting into the closing laps of this race, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony 8291 has to be licking his chops as he almost smells victory as the gap just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's now just about 3 seconds, getting in under 3 seconds, going into the 2.9 seconds. It's just getting so much smaller. It is Hungary all over again. Anthony 82 pulling a really nice move to pit and get on the medium compound tire, and now Sweet Crown 19 with his old hard compound tire is not going to be able to stay ahead of Anthony 82 if this continues. It's now just 2.7 seconds, that gap. He's keeping his ERS good, though, as well. He's keeping it balanced. He's making sure that he has the power down the straight, charging it up when he needs to. Now the gap is just 2.7 seconds. And again, it's all about this grip difference between the two drivers, and you can just see it if you look at the drivers, just how much slower Sweet Crown is going around corners versus Anthony 82. Look at just how much more speed he's taking into these corners just because of that increase in grip. It's just 2.7 seconds. This is going to come down to the wire, folks. It's lap 28 of 33 in this race. Anthony 82 chasing down Sweet Crown 19 in that black and white helmet in that Honda-powered Red Bull car, looking to get his second race win of the season. Sweet Crown 19 also looking to get his second race win of the season. Can he keep this race alive? It's not a guaranteed overtake for Anthony 8291, but the moment Anthony 8291 gets into DRS detection zones and gets his DRS, it could be all over for the Alfa Romeo driver, who will have to settle for second position. HN Racing well and truly out of the points scoring positions and almost cutting the track a little bit there, trying to gain as much time as possible. Now it's just 2.3 seconds, now going up near 2.4 seconds. This is getting really, really nail-biting here, folks, as Anthony 82 just has to keep it calm and collected. Don't go too wide. Don't push it more than you have to. Just do what you're doing right now, and victory could be in your grasp. You just have to keep it together. Sweet Crown 19, though, has to keep it precise on every corner and eke the most performance out of each corner, trying to push his hard compound tires to the limit. It is now just 2.3 seconds separating again. HN Racing with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, but German 69 is 14 seconds out of HN Racing's position, and German has his own set of penalties on his own, so that's not going to help him. Now it's just 2.1 seconds. Again, Sector 2 and 3 are not Sweet Crown 19's biggest fans right now, as now it is just about to get under the 2-second mark there. Again, it's all those hard braking zones that are really hurting Sweet Crown 19's gap towards Anthony 8291, as now it is about 2 seconds, 2.1 seconds. It's gaining a little bit more in the end of the lap and then on the main straight, but a lot more ERS deployment given to Anthony 8291. Sweet Crown 19 not having the same amount of power that Anthony 8291 has available to him. And now it is getting closer and closer and closer and closer. It's now just about 2 seconds, that gap. It's about to go under 2 seconds. There it is. It goes under 2 seconds. Is there enough time, though? Is Sweet Crown 19's tires going off that much that Anthony 8291 can make a move? It's getting so very close. It's almost a repeat of China, where Sweet Crown 19 was battling with German 69 for the race win. That race was decided by 0.004 seconds. Unbelievable scenes. But can Anthony 82 deliver another exciting finish for us as we get on to lap 30 of 33 in this race? Going down the straight again, overtake activated, definitely down the straight. It's 1.5 seconds, 1.4 seconds the gap. Now it's getting so very close. Schecterfire gets ahead of Hartman K7, and they're battling it out. Let's see if we can ride on board with one of them. And no, who's that? Schecterfire's off the track. Was there an incident between Hartman and Schecterfire? Nevertheless, it looks to be a little bit of damage, and is that Hartman has damage on his front wing. I have to assume there was contact between those drivers. The two Haas drivers were battling it out and touching possibly, just like they do in real life, unfortunately. But look at the gap now at just 1.3 seconds. But now they're coming up on back markers. This is crucial for Sweet Crown 19 to get ahead of him at the right moment. And he does get ahead of him at the right moment. But now this is going to really help Anthony 8291, as the McLaren should get out of the way. And is that Carlos Sainz? I don't know who that driver is. It might be Voodoo 52. Nevertheless, no, it is. It might be one of the AI drivers. Let's see if it was. Yeah, it is Carlos Sainz. Not impeding him too much, though. Anthony 8291 and Hartman K7 is retired from the session. Was there an accident there? Let's ride on board of Schecterfire if we can see if there was an accident for the Haas driver. And I don't see the car. Nevertheless, J. Ortiz and Schechtefire both in the point. Schechtefire is retired from the session, though. What was that all about? Both of the drivers have retired. Was there an incident with his internet connection? I don't know if there was. Both drivers are out, though. Anthony 82 and Schechtefire's left the session as well, so I'd have to presume that might be a shutdown of internet or something. But Anthony 82.91, just 1.1 seconds. Now he's under a second. Is he going to get that DRS? He is. He's going to get DRS down this straight. It is getting down to the wire. It's lap 32 of 33 of the Spanish Grand Prix. I'm WSR Rixer, Noah Karkin joining us here. Anthony 82 now getting closer and closer and closer. He's now just about 7/10 out of first position. It's going to come down to the wire here, folks. Sweet Crown 19 has held on to it as long as he can, but the superior grip of the medium compound tire is going to help Anthony 82 here by a lot, and he's basically a sitting duck, as now it's just under a second, and German 69 has been hit with a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help him at all, but Fly By Night is 38 seconds out. It's not going to matter for him. There's just 8 drivers remaining. J. Ortiz is going to be happy to score his first points. It's now just under a second. It's about half a second to go. About 6/10 now. And it's getting closer and closer and closer. HN Racing is pitted. He's probably going to go for the fastest lap of the race. HN Racing, though, going for that fastest lap. And now Sweet Crown 19 defending. He's trying to go around the outside. It is so close between these two drivers. A last lap move for Anthony 82, though, would promote him in the first position. He'd be the first driver to get 2 wins in WSR. Anthony 82.91 now on the gearbox of Sweet Crown 19. It's just half a second separating these two drivers, but Sweet Crown 19 is not going to have DRS, but this man, Anthony 82, will. Going down the main straight, it's going to be a sitting duck move. Now he's going to move onto the outside, going side by side in the turn 1. And they're going side by side, going off the track. Anthony 82.91 has not made the move in the last lap. He's not made the move on the straight. Is that going to be enough for Sweet Crown 19 to save the race? He almost pushed, I think Sweet Crown pushed Anthony 82 off the track, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. Nevertheless, they're still so very close. It's just one mistake, all it takes for Anthony 82 to make the move. He is so very close to Sweet Crown 19 to get that race win. Anthony 82, though, is looking to get his second race win, bearing any penalties. German 69, was there an issue there? As nevertheless, HN Racing gets ahead of him. He is on the soft compound tire. But Sweet Crown 19 still defending that position. It is so close. But DRS move was not made on the last DRS zone. Sweet Crown 19 might be able to hold this together. They're going around the final little chicane. A last-ditch effort. Anthony 82 is so very close, but I don't think it's going to matter. Sweet Crown 19 still ahead of him. DRS activated, and it's not going to matter. Sweet Crown 19 has won the Spanish Grand Prix. HN Racing, let's ride on board of him now. Let's look at the lap details, and let's see what the fastest lap is. And he's 1.3 seconds off of that time, and we do presume HN Racing will get the fastest lap of the race. He sits in 3rd position right now. 2.4 seconds behind him is German 69 with his own set of penalties, so HN Racing should retain 3rd position, the final podium position, and this should be a fastest lap of the race. Let's see what it is. It's going to be 1:14, 1:15, 1:16. Going up onto the straight, it's going to be a 1:19.385, a blistering lap. It's going to be the fastest lap of the race for HN Racing. But Sweet Crown 19 gets the race win. He's the first driver in the worldwide sim racing to get 2 race wins under his belt. Exciting stuff for the Alfa Romeo driver. Anthony 82 gave it his all on the faster compound tire, but it was not enough. As great defending from Sweet Crown 19, Anthony 82 finishes in 2nd position. HN Racing finishes in a distant 3rd place. Unbelievable scenes here in this Spanish Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. It was a fantastic race, but look who it is. Sweet Crown 19 is going to be so very happy to get that race win. Sitting in 1st position. Unbelievable scenes, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to get onto the podium and celebrate these great drivers. And there it is. The Alfa Romeo driver sits on there, the Ferrari and the Red Bull. Alfa Romeo on top once more. Sweet Crown 19, a two-time race winner in WSR. As champagne flies, it was a fantastic race from start to finish, ladies and gentlemen. I am so very happy to have brought this race to you, and we are just going to quickly get into the main menu, and then I will go into the leaderboard and show you the final results, as the game is going to kick me out of the race. I will get into the league, and I will show you the leaderboard right now for the league. Let's get into multiplayer. Get into leagues. We'll look up the access code for the league. I already know the access code, so we're just going to put it in quickly. We are going to find a league, and there it is. We'll just get in this, and then we will put in that access code, and it's going to communicate. And now let's go for the final line score. Sweet Crown 19 definitively in first position with 69 points. HN Racing is in second position with 56 points. 50 points for Gurman 69 in third. Anthony 82 is in fourth position with 43 points. 42 points for IAce 99, who couldn't be at the race today. Iconic Q also not be able at the race today with 41 points in the Williams in sixth. Official Soli has decided just to be doing stewarding for the rest of the season. He is going to be sitting in seventh position now with just 25 points. Fly by Night is going to be 21 points. He's going to be in 8th position. He used to be flying in 9th position with 16 points. Also 16 points. Voodoo 52. Hartman K7 finishes in with 10 points in 11th position at the moment. Carlos Sainz with 8 points in 12th position. Fun Magic Mushroom in 13 with 8 points. Josh 2 with a horrid race for him. He's going to be in 14th position with 6 points. Schecterfire with 6 points. Jay Ortiz must be so very happy. He finally has points in this league. With 4 points, he's going to be sitting in 16th position. Lablin, Speed Kills 3, Fantabaz, I Am 19 Bo have all not scored a point in this race. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a fantastic race from start to finish. I'm so very happy to bring you this race. My name is WSRXer Noah Clark, and thank you very much for joining us for the Spanish Grand Prix. Thank you for joining us in the WSR, or Worldwide Sim Racing League. Thank you very much, and have a great night.